Okay, we got the other head mocked up. Move the lines around to kind of fit. Cleared the nut through here now. That was across the nut there for a little while. So now we can put a socket in there. Or a wrench. We didn't check this one here though, but we can make it work too. These two have to be extremely tight for the lines to even touch. This is tight right now, but that line's still loose. We have to tighten that at the breaking point before it even touches that line. So otherwise it's going to leak. And that is on the front head. And then we got that little hole right there we found, or you found. We're not sure why there's a round hole there to let oil out, but yeah, you never know.
Breather hole.
Breather hole, that's it, it's a breather hole. So we gotta fix that too. So then I found these valve springs. And we got some keepers in here, I'm assuming. One, two, three, four. There's four of them. That's a good sign. We like four. Fours are good. We got some custom blue valve. We're not going to use that. We got some really nice, unabused, never rubbed on valve springs. They would never break in 100 years. What makes you think they were walking around a bunch?
The flatness of the side of the spring.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Right there, yeah, it was
Do
wobbling.
you notice it's wobbling too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are his liking springs. We got 3 valves, so that's good.
The fourth one is in a box over there.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay. We're still not using them. We're not putting those in. Okay, so we got some experienced callers. Those are definitely experienced. They'll be fine now, they're still. And we got the correct knuckle lowers. Good. Now these sit on top, obviously. Go like that. Okay. It's going to fit the same spring. Okay, so that.
Does that fit the diameter of the little spring?
Same time.
Yeah.
Except this one actually guides the spring.
Right.
This one does too. But I'm not sure why this one was floating around so much. I pulled out my knuckle guides. We got looks like a Dixie guide. This looks like an old row guide maybe. More Dixie guides. And we got a bunch of kibble light guides about over there. So, these
Do not fit.
pretty much are sized there already. But actually I'm surprised this didn't just fall in. I'm pretty shocked that didn't just go right through the hole. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Where'd that come from anyway? Over here somewhere. Didn't keep track. See how they kind of go in. But that's good. It means it's a good fit. It's when they're like that.
That's the problem.
But that's actually okay fit. It's when they go in and they rattle like crazy when they're brand new. See, they're getting looser as we go here. These are okay for the exhaust. They're still fine. So this one here could be an intake. Did that come out of this hole?
Mm-hmm.
So these are actually pretty good fit. Surprisingly, they're actually the same. This is probably a row. That looks like a row. pre-fitted. But actually, when it's not too bad. It's actually close to the right size, surprisingly. Alright, so that was on this valve. Now I know which valve this was. Is that a short one or a long one? That was a long one. So how about the intake? Takes a little tighter. Okay, good. Holding the fit. Alright, now the next problem is this thing fits on top of that like that. So that appears to be a good fit. Like that. So why was that spring walking around so much? It was rubbing. It must be because the covers are that close fitting.
Hmm.
Yeah, they are that tight. That's why. Basically, it's the same size.
Right.
There's not much clearance in there. That's why it rubs so much. Okay, so we can use the stock collars. That'll be fine. Now, I'm not sure what spring tension we're going to have on this or what travel he needs. Because we're putting a cam in it. I forget how big the cam was.
They make cams for these things?
They make cams for everything.
What's the lift?
Beats me.
180?
Well,
20?
20, that's a good one. I like 20. 20 good.
20?
Is there a number in front of that 20?
No.
No. It's just 20. Yeah, it might be lower than normal. SIP's made a 460 cam. Okay, these are 947.5 tall. Which is horrible for coil bind clearance. They're also not very stiff either.
I can tell.
You can tell us?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, let's just measure another one. Got a little rust starting there too, which is good for not breaking also.
Technically, those springs are tired.
Well, it's a one-finger vise. Let's just say these are not performance application. This one's 880, so
Ooh,
that's a big difference.
very.
At least they're consistent. Consistent crap. Okay, now if we go over here. Crane springs.
Whose springs?
Crane.
Oh, like the company crane cams?
Yeah, big crane. Yeah, I got some inventory. They come in a box like that.
Yeah.
How many are in that box?
144.
144 in that box. There's more boxes. 630. 636. This one's turned down though. 630 that way. 636 that way. 635 that way. 629 that way. So they're about the same. Okay, and they're the same diameter. Except mine are a little tighter. Because these are made to go in stock collars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right there. But there's going to be something different about these. These are a little harder on the finger than one.
Well, yeah, you need 2 fingers.
And even a thumb doesn't like it either. A little stiffer. And
That's 820 at coil bind.
that's 100 thou less clearance than that other spring we checked.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put the cam on this bike, we're golden. That's why I like crane. Now cranes are the stiffest springs out there too. Except maybe Kibble White's got something new, I don't know, but probably not. But S&S was in the middle. Andrews was the lightest. So if we put these in there, we will have plenty of coil bind clearance for any cam. We're going to have some valve spring tension on it, so we have to worry about him having any problem floating valves, that's for sure.
Right.
Not that these things are really revved that high anyway. So these will give me plenty of tension and work just fine. So we have a lot more clearances. Now, we don't know what the coil bind requirement is yet because we haven't put a valve in, so we have to check on them. So this was the intake, I think. Which ones are longer?
And exhaust,
Exhaust.
I think.
So you're listening. Now, how do you check in a valve with no guide in it?
Mm-hmm.
Just put in a hole and measure it.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you measure it, that's how you check it. Don't need no guides.
So what are we measuring here?
Stall height.
Tall.
Tall? How tall is it?
Mm-hmm.
Beats me. Don't know. We'll figure that out later. I don't feel like guessing. Okay, so we can use the stock guides. Now the next thing is that fit around that. Appears that it fits around the guide. And the last thing is do we want to put valve seals on this motor?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Maybe.